What's going on, gamers? Today, we're going to be going over how to set an admin on your Rust Apex servers. Before we hop into this tutorial, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can stay up to date on every tutorial we post, just like this one. When you're owning a Rust server, adding admins is an important step for moderation, whether to keep track or remove cheating players, or simply just configuring plugins using in-game commands. Having admin players is the best option to keep your Rust server in the best shape possible. With Apex hosting, it's super easy to add admins. So today, we're going to be showing you how to do just that. Our first step is you're going to need to head to the steamid.io webpage, which of course is going to be linked in the description of this video if you don't feel like typing that out for some reason. Now, we're going to go ahead and hop into the input and simply paste in the name or the Steam profile webpage, link to the page of course, that you'd like to add as admin. Then just click on look up. Once you're here, what you're looking for is the Steam ID 64. You can copy this by clicking on the copy button to the right of the ID, which will just copy it to your clipboard. Now, you're ready to add this player as admin or moderator to your Rust server. Now, we're going to go ahead and set admin. But before we do, we're going to go over two important things: the owner ID role and the moderator ID role. The owner ID gives access to all of the commands, including adding or removing admins. And the moderator ID role, well, the only real difference is that you cannot add or remove other moderators. So basically, you have access to all of the commands besides adding or removing other admins. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and navigate to your Apex server panel. And once you're here, simply click on Console on the left-hand side of the page. And in Console, there's going to be a text box, and in your text box, what you're going to type in is the owner ID or moderator ID based on which one you'd like to add for this user. For this one, we're going to be typing in owner ID space and then pasting in our Steam ID 64 from earlier, space, and then the Steam username of this user. And then just hit enter. Once this is all done, then what you're going to need to do is, in the text box of course, type in write CFG with no space and then hit enter. What this is going to do is save changes to your CFG file. And if your server was on and your player was on the server when you added them admin access, what you're going to need to do for them to have all those powers is have them rejoin the server for all of those permissions to apply. In the end, adding admins to a Rust server is a great option to ensure that your server is constantly operating at its optimal peak. You can also find a full list of Rust server commands in the description of this video, and that can also be used on your Rust server. To use any commands in-game, what you're going to need to do is hit F1 and enter any of those commands from the list. Whether you're configuring permissions or giving items or activating in-game events, accessing these powers has a lot of responsibility, so be careful. Well folks, that's all we've got for you today. And as always, we hope you have lots of fun.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more great content like this, then subscribe or click these videos. Until next time, gamers.